Prior to the 1720, most colonies in the Middle Atlantic region worked on small-scale farms and paid important manufacturers by supplying corn and flour to the West Indies. In New York, export trade in Europe rapidly increased, and the region wealthy increased. After 1720, Mid-Atlantic farming was hit by international demand for wheat, massive population explosion in Europe have raised wheat rises by 1770 a bushel of wheat and had doubled as it did in the 1720. There was a high demand for gold in the Irish linen industry, and there was demand for corn in the West Indies, so farmer also expanded flaxseed and corn production. Many poor German immigrants and Scottish Irish settlers began their careers as agricultural wages laborers, traders, craftsmen hired young maids as domestic system laborers for the manufacture of the textile and other goods. Traders often bought wool and gold from farmers and employed newcomers who had been textile laborers in the Ireland and Germany, moving goods to their homes in yarn and cloth. Large farmers and traders became wealthy, while farmers with small farms and artisans provided just enough money to make a living. New Nation 1716 to 1860. The American economy was primarily agricultural in the early 19th century. The westward expansion of as well as the construction of the canals and the introduction of steamboats have opened up new profiles for agriculture, prepared food for the majority of the farming families, and to serve a small local market was gone at a time of rapid economic growth. A farmer can still improve the land they paid for and then move further west to repeat the process. Southeast in the south, poor lands were owned by white farmers who usually had no slaves. On the west lands, the orchards were rich, mainly driven by the slave labor. They ate their food and focused on some crops that could be exported to Europe to meet growing demand, especially cotton, tobacco, and sugar. The originally export crop was cotton, but after a few years, soil fertility ceased and the planting was further shifted to the new land in the west. In the Mississippi Valley and Alabama, a lot of land was put into clean and cultivated cotton, and a new grain crops were brought into the production in the Midwest. Eventually, it put severe pressure on prices, especially cotton from 1820 to 23, and then from 1840 to 43. Sugarcane was being cultivated in the Louisiana, where it was refined into granulated sugar. A large amount of the capital is needed to grow and pay for sugar. The richest people in the country had sugar gardens, which were often found in sugar mills. New England. In the New England, day-to-day agriculture provided a way for post-1810 production to supply food grains to rapidly growing industries. Towns and cities, new specialized exports crops such as tobacco and the cranberries have been introduced.